The power of thinking big. How one thought changed everything. A person's life is not shaped by luck. It is shaped by how they think. History proves this again and again. People like Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, and Jeff Bezos did not start with certainty. They started with belief. Napoleon Hill once said, "What the mind can think, it can achieve." But if thinking is so powerful, why do so many people say, "I work hard, but I never move forward"? Today's story will answer that question, and along the way, you will learn a lesson that can quietly change how you see yourself. Stay with me till the end. This story may sound simple, but its message is life-changing. Once, at a crowded railway station, lived a poor man. Every day, he sat near the platform and asked passengers for money. Some ignored him, some gave a few coins, most walked past without looking. One afternoon, the poor man noticed someone different. A businessman stepped onto the platform. He walked calmly, dressed neatly, with confidence in his eyes. The poor man thought, "This person looks successful. If anyone can help me, it is him." With hope, he walked up and held out his hand. But instead of giving money, the businessman asked a question. "Do you only take from people, or do you ever give something back?" The poor man froze. No one had ever spoken to him like that. He replied softly, "Sir, I am a poor man. I survive by asking. I have nothing to give." The businessman nodded and said calmly, "If you believe you have nothing to give, then you should not expect much in return. I am a businessman. I believe in exchange. If you offer value, you receive value." With that, he boarded his train and left. The poor man stood still. Those words stayed with him. For years he had begged, but no one had ever challenged his thinking. That night he could not sleep. Am I really someone who has nothing to give? Is that how I see myself? For 2 days he did not ask anyone for money. He only observed people. On the third day, something caught his attention. Near the tracks, wildflowers were growing, bright, beautiful, free. A thought entered his mind. What if I give something instead of only asking? He picked a few flowers and returned to his usual spot. When someone offered him a coin, he smiled and gave them a flower in return. Something unexpected happened. People smiled. Some thanked him. Some gave more than before. He continued this every day, and soon he noticed something important. When he had flowers, people gave more. When he had nothing to offer, people gave less. For the first time, he understood. People were not giving out of pity. They were responding to value. One day, he saw the businessman again sitting inside a train. Excited, the man approached him and said, "Sir, today I have something to give. If you give me money, I will give you flowers in return." The businessman smiled, gave him money, and took the flowers. "You have learned the law of exchange," he said. "Today, you are not a beggar. You are a businessman." Those words changed everything. That night, the man thought deeply. If I see myself as small, I will remain small. If I see myself as capable, I will grow. That day, he made a bold decision. He left the railway station, and he never returned as a beggar. Months later, at the same station, two well-dressed men met. One looked confused and asked, "Do I know you?" The other smiled and said, "Yes, we met here before." Suddenly, the man remembered. "You were the poor man, the one who gave flowers." The former poor man laughed. Yes, but today I run a flower business, and I am traveling to expand it. The businessman smiled with pride. What changed? He asked. The answer was simple. I changed how I saw myself. I stopped thinking like a beggar and started thinking like a businessman. Here is the lesson. Your life will never grow bigger than your thinking. If you see yourself as weak, you will live weak. If you see yourself as capable, you will become capable. Thinking big does not mean arrogance. It means responsibility. The moment you change your thinking, your actions change. And when your actions change, your future must change too. Subscribe now, join Peaceful English Motivation, and comment, I choose hard.